Knee and hip replacement. What is the history of that surgery? When did that all start?
Oh, I don't know the exact time, actual year, but actually hip replacements, Dr. Charnley in Europe started, and he would actually put a plastic polyethylene cup in, cemented it with bone cement, and then he would cement in a metal prosthesis into the thigh bone. And I think over the when he started doing his, now he's not the father of it, but he's the one that really started it.
When was this?
I can't give you the exact time. I apologize.
70s, probably?
Yeah, 60s, 70s, because Carl Nelson.
It's been a while.
Yeah, Carl Nelson, who was our chairman, trained with, he started at Arkansas in 74, and he trained with him before that. So late 60s, early 70s. And he had a significant failure rate, obviously, but that with
prototypes
medicine,
being what they are.
And so he eventually perfected it, and then it's advanced from there to now, where you do what we call a press fit hip, where the implant is placed into the thigh bone without any bone cement. It basically gets stuck in there, and the bone grows in. And the same thing with the acetabulum, which is the socket part. It grows into the socket as well. And implants have gone through their stages of what's kind of in vogue, but it's pretty much stayed about the same.
What about knees? When did that start taking place?
I'm not 100% sure, but 68. So late 60s, early 70s. There you go.
Our research assistant.
Yes. So it's. I think the natural history of knees isn't as exciting as it is with hips, but it's the same type of process. And we really different from the hips, and we can go into this. Most knees are cemented in with bone cement, whereas most hips are press fit. And that's not an absolute, but that's what the majority of people do.